Greetings, I'm Dina El-Tawansy, your Caltrans Bay Area District 4 Director, and I would like to welcome you to our 2022 iFair. Ever since 2010, our district has been showcasing our efforts in innovation biannually to highlight our continually improving capabilities and creative problem-solving techniques. The Bay Area's very identity is centered around innovation, so it's not a surprise that our district has helped lead the way for our entire department, embracing innovation as one of Caltrans' core priorities going forward. We have gathered some of the best examples from across our internal divisions to educate and inspire iFair attendees that are eager to learn more about what Caltrans is doing to improve our processes and tools. This year, our exciting iFair entries show a wide range of potential applications. From improving our design practices by deepening our use of building information modeling to improving efficiency, to new improvements in the positive work zone protection out in the field in our construction zones for safety, and even employing the use of unmanned aerial systems and drones that gather data efficiently and allow our employees to collect this information in a safer manner. We have all of that and more in our 2022 iFair. This year, you can really see what we're innovating to improve the way we do our work. The iFair began as a live event held inside our district office and on nearby streets. However, this year, we will continue to use our virtual platform that was established in our previous 2020 iFair, making it convenient for our employees to explore and learn. Please enjoy all the information and fact sheets available on our 2022 iFair website and feel the energy and inspiration that fuels innovation. Thanks to all the participants that submitted ideas for this year's iFair, and we look forward to more great ideas from all of you in the future.
Hello, I'm Jeffrey Cannell, the Office Chief of Budgets. The Division of Administration, in a partnership with the Division of Information Technology, are pleased to announce the future upgrades to our building's wireless infrastructure. Currently, our district office has 34 wireless access points installed throughout the entire building. There are an average of 3 wireless access points per floor, which sometimes produces a poor Wi-Fi signal. We understand that you may need to unplug from the network and attend meetings in other offices or conference rooms that doesn't have local area connection. To address the need for more wireless access, we have procured an additional 48 wireless access points, which will bring our total to 82 for the building. When the new wireless access points are installed, we will see an increase from an average of 3 per floor to approximately 8 per floor. With the wireless access point upgrades, D4 will immediately see an increase in connectivity as well as productivity throughout the entire building. As we encourage all staff to connect directly to the network, you will now have the option to connect to the local area network as well as wirelessly. We will continue to provide updates of the status of the implementation. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Yanai Chun. I'm a resident engineer from Pleasant Construction Office for Caltrans District 4. Within our Caltrans community, safety is always our first priority. As you may already know, our Director Tavares also envisioned safety as one of the 4 foundational principles of our organization, along with climate actions, economic prosperity to our community, and equity. To fulfill our commitment to safety, we have worked together to create a safe working environment for highway employees and safe transportation system for public users. In order to do that, positive work zone protection, PWP devices are used as part of the guideline from DIB 91 and CPD 21-4. So you may be wondering about what are PWP devices. According to FHWA definitions, PWP devices such as movable barrier contain and/or redirect vehicles. They also meet crashworthiness evaluation criteria. Movable barriers have never been used on a paving project on a mass scale that District 4 is contemplating. To begin our innovative journey, testing will be performed on an upcoming contract to evaluate the production rate and quality of a freshly placed asphalt while using movable barrier. If successful, movable barrier will be used as part of the production device between the paving crew and a live traffic on a 10-mile rehab project on I-680 in the city of Pleasanton. Furthermore, we'll also be using this innovative solution as a model for future large-scale paving project in District 4. Now, I would like to invite you to explore our innovative journey in paving operation using movable barrier as positive walk zone protection device. Before we get started, I would like to thank D4 Construction for creating these videos and promoting a safe working environment. With that, let us innovate.
Thank you, Yannick. My name is Joel North, Caltrans District 4 Construction, and I first want to provide some background information on positive work zone protection before Yannick continues on with the specifics of our unique D4 innovation. As we can see here, we have several documents which either provide guidance or legislation on positive work zone protection. Let's take a look at each. For a definition of a work zone positive protection device, let's take a look at the FHWA Work Zone Positive Protection Toolbox. The toolbox provides a definition of a positive protection device as a device which contains and redirects vehicles in accordance with National Cooperative Highway Research Program NCHRP Report 350, preventing their intrusion into the workspace. Now let's take a look at Assembly Bill 759. This bill provided legislative direction for positive work zone protection in the state of California. It required Caltrans to update its guidance on positive protection measures by July 1st of 2021. In response to AB 759, Caltrans produced Construction Procedure Directive 21-4 Work Zone Positive Protection. This directive provides new and additional guidance on the use of positive protection in construction work zones. Also, Design Information Bulletin DIB 91 Guidelines on the use of positive work zone protection (PWP) and mitigation measures was released. This document provides even more guidance on the use of positive protection in construction work zones. Finally, I did want to mention that the table here shows CAPM and pavement rehab projects where D4 has implemented or will be implementing positive work zone protection. The mapping here shows the locations of several of these projects. And now, back to Yannick to discuss the details of our unique D4 positive work zone protection innovation using movable barrier on paving projects.
Thank you, Joe, for having me again.
Yannick, could you please discuss a little bit about the project we are proposing to use the movable barrier on?
This is a 10-mile rehab project on I-680 from Kuman Road to Costa Boulevard in Alameda County. We'll be replacing 6 miles of the existing concrete with precast concrete panel. The rest of the 4 mile will be for grinding and paving on the existing ASD pavement. When we complete this project, the quality of the roadway will be improved. The contract was awarded on April 12, 2022, and construction just began on August 15, 2022.
Yannick, could you tell us why we are using movable barrier as a positive work zone protection device on this project?
Safety is always our priority. District 4 Construction, we're always looking for a new idea to eliminate the fatality and serious injuries within construction zone. On this contract, we'll be using movable barrier as positive work zone protection device to create a safe working environment for paving crew and traveling public.
So Yannick, if we did not use movable barrier on this project, what would we have used in place of it?
Cones are often used for temporary lane closure during the paving operation along with additional measures. Speed rate of feedback, speed limit reduction during the construction zone. We also use CHP through our COSI program.
Yannick, could you provide some information about the implementation of the movable barrier system on this project?
During the design phase, we have worked together with Lindsay Transportation Solutions to understand the systems. And we also incorporated the system into our contract plan and special provisions. Now, during our constructions, contractor will be setting up a paving test trial using the movable barrier to understand its production rate and quality. We're still trying to understand the time needed for the system to be mobilized at initial setups, and as well as the lateral movement for our paving operation.
Yannick, could you make some statement about the costs of using movable barrier for this project?
When we are incorporating the system during the design phase, the unit price was estimated based on the movable barrier system bid item guidelines. It may appear more expensive when compared to our traditional temporary lane closure systems. But we got to focus on the benefit of creating a safe working environment rather than cost.
So Yannick, can you tell us what do you hope to achieve from our effort here to use movable barrier on large-scale paving projects?
Well, District 4 is always using alternative safety measure to create a safe working construction work zone. This is our first project using movable barrier on a large-scale project on paving operation. And it is also the stepping stone to innovate and improving our paving operation safety. Hey, let's not forget, safety is always our first priority. Our goal is to eliminate fatalities and serious injury with these innovations. We'll be sharing these challenges and experience with other large-scale paving operations. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Yannick.
Hi, my name is Jacob Duncan with the District 4 Office of Materials and Pavement. The innovation that our office would like to share is the implementation of life cycle assessment for pavement strategy selection. Currently, Caltrans bases pavement strategy design decisions on life cycle cost analysis, or LCCA, which is performed using the real cost software developed by the University of California Pavement Research Center, or UCPRC. This method considers all the monetary costs associated with production and maintenance throughout the life of a pavement design alternative, and produces a final dollar cost for two or more alternatives over a given analysis period. You can see in the plot on the right that two simplified alternatives with varied design life are compared over an equal analysis period. So why innovate on this? Well, according to the current strategic action plan, Caltrans is committed to leading climate action. One way to achieve this is by reducing greenhouse gas emissions for the transportation sector. This leads us to two questions that this presentation will explore. First, can the greenhouse gas emissions associated with different pavement design strategies be quantified? And second, what tools exist to assess the environmental impact of a pavement design? In order to answer these questions, we are going to look at life cycle assessment as a solution. Life cycle assessment, or LCA, quantifies the environmental impacts related to raw material extraction, processing, construction, and transportation for production and maintenance of a pavement design alternative. The output of this type of analysis is global warming potential, or GWP, which is a measure of heat absorbed by emissions related to production and maintenance. The unit of measure for GWP is kilograms or metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. While this type of analysis requires a significant amount of data to understand the life cycle impacts related to pavement construction and maintenance, fortunately, a life cycle assessment tool called Environmental Life Cycle Assessment for Pavement, or LCAP, has already been developed by Caltrans and UCPRC. Our office put this tool to the test on a case study to explore its feasibility for use. We used a cold-in-place recycling pilot project on State Route 1 in San Mateo County as a case study to investigate the results of LCCA and LCA for different CAPM alternatives. Note that typically neither LCCA nor LCA are required for CAPM projects. Rather, this pilot project was chosen to quantify the monetary and environmental benefits of pavement recycling techniques. Our study compared two alternatives. Alternative 1 consisted of a 0.2-foot cold plane and overlay of RHMAG with local digouts up to 0.33 feet using HMA. This is a standard CAPM strategy with an expected service life of 5 to 7 years. We chose 6 years for our analysis. Alternative 2 consisted of milling 0.15 of AC, then recycling 0.25 feet with foamed asphalt emulsion, with a final overlay of 0.15 of RHMAG to reach the original profile grade. We used available data from previous CIR projects to estimate a service life of 12 years. Our life cycle assessment was performed in LCAP, and the LCA results were contrasted with LCCA performed in real costs. Note that new techniques were developed to implement CIR in real cost, but these methods won't be outlined in this presentation. The chart on the left shows the LCA results for mill and overlay as alternative 1 and CIR as alternative 2. CIR was found to yield a higher overall global warming potential for the CAPM event, and a comparison of the individual contributions of the two alternatives can be seen at the right. While the initial global warming potential is higher, the benefits of CIR can be seen more clearly over the life cycle of the two alternatives. When considered over the life cycle, it can be seen that the higher global warming potential is spread over a longer life before rehabilitation is required. The results of the global warming potential spread over the analysis period show that the final GWP of the mill and overlay is almost double that of CIR. Now looking at the LCCA, we see a more straightforward result. CIR was found to be cheaper in initial costs as well as over a 20-year life cycle cost for both agency and user. This is shown at right in a plot showing smeared costs over the analysis period. The results show that when compared with a conventional mill and overlay strategy for CAPM, CIR is expected to result in a pavement with longer service life, reduced life cycle costs, and reduced global warming potential. More generally, this study shows that the environmental impact of pavement design can be quantified, providing an opportunity for Caltrans to prioritize climate action and reduce greenhouse gas emissions through design decisions. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Austin Bassetti, and today I'm going to talk to you about a nationwide effort called BIM for Infrastructure, also known as BIM for I. The goal of this initiative is to deliver 3D and digital files as the legal document in lieu of 2D plan sets. This is in line with Caltrans' strategic action plan for promoting and implementing creative and innovative solutions. Previously, this was known as VDC, or Virtual Design and Construction, and has been rebranded to BIM for Infrastructure to remain consistent with the FHWA naming. One of the guiding documents for the headquarters implementation of BIM for Infrastructure is the FHWA roadmap. This roadmap outlines key definitions, benefits and risks, structured activities, and a vision for implementing BIM across all state DOTs. FHWA summarizes that at its core, BIM is a collaborative work method for structuring, managing, and using data and information about transportation assets throughout their life cycles. FHWA roadmap breaks benefits into two categories: return on investment and reported benefits among users. On the chart on the left, the return on investment shows that about 2/3 of the users saw a return on investment after implementing BIM in their processes. For the reported benefits among users, some of the top benefits seen were reduced conflicts, field coordination problems, and changes during construction, better multi-party communication and understanding of 3D visualizations, reduced errors and omissions in construction documents, reduced construction cost, reduced rework, greater client and/or community engagement, and reduced overall project duration. Here in District 4, we have a variety of pilot projects tackling the core fundamentals of BIM for infrastructure. 3 of these projects are focused on 3D modeling and include 2 bridge replacements and 1 intersection upgrade. These projects will support the department's effort in moving towards delivering a model as the contract document. One of these projects is focused on creating digital twins to support a variety of use cases, including asset management and maintenance. Additionally, we are working with industry partners such as Trimble, Autodesk, and Esri to pilot new paving technology and software. Lastly, we are working with landscape architecture to learn new design software that better supports BIM. We are always looking for more teams and projects to get involved with BIM for infrastructure. One of the things you can do today is talk with your project teams and see whether or not 3D models could help relay the design more effectively amongst each other. Are there aspects of the project that would benefit from 3D visualizations? Are there significant risks and or safety concerns that would benefit from being able to see it from a 3D perspective? Is there a lot of utilities within the project footprint that could conflict with your designs? Or maybe there's design quantity estimates that take a while to produce and or maybe are difficult to calculate. You can take all this information and relay it back to your management or to any of the BIM4I contacts, and we can see whether or not your project fits. Thank you for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, please contact myself, or you can contact Jesus Mora, who is the program manager for BIM4I out of headquarters. Thank you.
In 2020, the Office of Landscape Architecture brought you the innovation of 360 tours. Featured in the 2020 District 4 I-Fair, the statewide Caltrans Innovation Expo, presented to a national audience at the FHWA's Everyday Counts Summit, and at the TRB's 100th annual meeting, winner of the 2021 Washto Innovation Award, and the 2021 Excellence in Transportation Award for Innovations, and most recently,
in the Best Use of Technology and Innovation category Small Project Group, the nominees are Caltrans' 360 Tours Project, North Dakota DOT's Beulah Retrofit Roundabout Project, Oklahoma DOT's Historic Route 66 Bridge at Captain Creek, South Dakota DOT's Maintenance Decision Support System, and Texas DOT's Connect Smart Mobility Platform and App. And the winner is Caltrans' 360 Tours Project. Caltrans created 360 Tours to take public engagement to the next level.
winner of AASHTO's 2022 Technology and Innovation Small Category Award. Where do we go from here? Over the past 6 months, we've been developing processes to make visualizations such as 360 tours easily accessible to our project development teams to realize meaningful engagement in our project delivery process. The promise of this innovation is to formalize in-house visualizations from pre-K phase to 3 phase to establish District 4 as the leaders in community engagement. In our planning process, pre-K phase, visualizations are making valuable contributions to our public engagement process. In State Route 37's first public meeting for the Pell process, we took our stakeholders on virtual fly-throughs of potential alignments that provided context and meaning to a complex assortment of alternatives. We are working with our planning office to identify more opportunities to engage our communities through visualizations. In K phase, we've begun to review PIDs for projects that will require public engagement visualizations and are providing hours to advance planning to be captured in programming. As our process evolves, we will develop preliminary visual communication plans that capture engagement milestones, target audience analysis, and PIO outreach efforts. Zero phase, or PAED, is perhaps the most critical phase in which we engage our community. To enhance our engagement, we're integrating visualizations into the public notice of the draft environmental document, which is sent out through mailers and published in newspapers. For Tamalpais Drive overcrossing in Corte Madera, we embedded a QR code link to the 360 tour. Stakeholders can quickly review alternatives and prepare for the upcoming public meeting. The 360 tour includes a link to the draft environmental document, which explains in detail everything shown in the 360 tour. By tying our public notice to a 360 tour, we are able to capture engagement metrics for individual projects, such as unique individual visitors, 787. Average time on the 360 tour site, 2 minutes and 52 seconds. And the cities of those visitors. For projects with very interested communities and stakeholders, both internal, such as executives, and external, such as elected officials, we will be developing visualizations to accompany 65 and 95% PS&E circulations. The 360 tour for Gleason Beach was developed at the 95% PS&E level to get final approval from the Coastal Commission. As we bid and construct our projects in 3 phase, we have an obligation to inform our communities of the potential disruptions. We've been working with our Public Information Office to tackle this enormous task. During construction, things can change. Visualizations for CCOs, or contract change orders, are proving to be a valuable tool in our work to incorporate the California Coastal Trail into the Gleason Beach project. BIM4I, or Building Information Modeling for Infrastructure, is the department's effort to develop paperless bid and construction documents through a centralized 3D model. In zero phase, the centralized model is coordinated with functional units in Civil 3D. In one phase, the preferred alternatives will be refined in Civil 3D. In three phase, the centralized model will be delivered through a common data environment such as BIM 360 Collaborate by Autodesk. We have been working closely with the BIM4I team, both locally and at headquarters, and are members of the pilot projects to define the use of visualizations in the BIM4I project delivery process. As BIM4I matures, we foresee a day when we will be able to utilize the data from the centralized 3D model to more efficiently create our enhanced visual communication products. The Office of Landscape Architecture has been recognized locally and nationally for 360 tours. Our next innovation is to make visualizations not an innovation, but an expectation in our project delivery process. Our stakeholder engagement depends on it. As our project manager, Lydia Gaitan, said, a picture isn't just worth 1,000 words, it's worth 1,000 words in 1,000 languages.
Hello everyone. Innovation is happening at District 4. This is Wahida Rashid. I am the Senior Environmental Planner in the Office of Environmental Analysis. And I have been a supervisor for 8 years and 21 years with Caltrans. When I took my job as a supervisor 8 years ago, very quickly I realized this is not an easy task or responsibility. We are expected to train and coach and teach our staff to do their job, at the same time deliver projects on time, and 20 million tasks in between. So I had a dream for quite some time now to have a platform or a support group for the supervisors. Pretty soon we started an initiative at District 4 to come up with our own strategic action plans, popularly known as an SAP. So within that SAP, I put forward this idea to build a supervisors network, in short called SoupNet. So what exactly is SoupNet? SoupNet is nothing but a platform for the branch chiefs and office chiefs to come together, to brainstorm, to bring their ideas forward, to collaborate, to corroborate, and to cheer for each other, support each other, and see each other that we're all doing our job better. SoupNet has started for District 4 in 2022 in January, only with 15 members. And now this village has grown from 15 to 52. I'm very excited to see and announce that this project, or the SoupNet project, has been very successful for District 4 so far. We use the virtual platform Microsoft Teams, and we chat, we videograph, and we also meet quarterly with all SoupNet members, village members. SoupNet is meet every 3 months, as I mentioned, but we meet any time that's needed. As many of you know, Caltrans is going through an extremely transformative time. We are still going through pandemic and working 80% of our time virtually, where connection can be a challenge. We're also seeing a lot of talents and skills being transferred to other districts. We're seeing familiar faces disappear, and we're seeing new faces that we are going to work with. And most importantly, as a transportation agency, we're moving from vehicle-centric transportation projects to projects that offers equitable access, and we want to build communities that are thriving through transportation projects. Through all these challenges and many important and exciting projects as Clean California, as active transportation, climate action, we are doing a lot more than we are used to. What better time than now to have a platform for the managers and supervisors to connect and support each other and all be in the know? Because we know if we are in the know as the managers and supervisors, the staff will be in the know. So now let's hear from some of the SoupNet members what they have to say as the village member for the past 6 months.
Hi, I am Amani Midigi, a Regional Project Manager in Program Project Management Division and a proud member of the SoupNet Village. As a supervisor, I need to work with many team leaders and managers in multiple functional units. SoupNet platforms helps me connect with all, including the newly promoted branch chiefs and office chiefs. SoupNet is really a safe space to discuss, share ideas and challenges to improve the workplace environment and empower the team. Come and join us.
Hi, I'm Lydia Mack, Senior Landscape Architect in the Division of Design, Office of Landscape Architecture at Caltrans. I'm so excited to be a member of the SoupNet Village. As a Senior Landscape Architect for Alameda and Contra Costa counties for 10 years, I lead my team in delivering the landscape components on a diverse range of highly political sensitive transportation projects. We accomplish these project successes through collaboration with many supportive functional teams. SoupNet helps me connect, share ideas, build trust, and strong partnership with my colleagues. SoupNet is awesome, and I invite you to join us.
My name is Kelly Ma. I'm a senior specialist with Program Project Management. I'm really happy to be part of this SoupNet Village. We've been working on our strategic action plan, and one of the initiatives is to enhance recruitment. And SoupNet really does provide such a great environment for me to talk about tips and tricks to supervisors, as well as let them know of upcoming career fairs.
Hi, I'm Eric Alm, Office Chief of Regional and Community Planning and a proud member of the SoupNet Village. Recently, my Transportation Planning Division went through a reorganization, and what better way to spread the word than to bring it to SoupNet? It gave me the opportunity to answer questions and get feedback from other managers about the reorganization, and SoupNet is definitely a friendly audience. If you are not a member of SoupNet yet, you are missing out.
I'm Deborah Nelson, and proud to introduce the Division of External Affairs Lightbulb Idea for Innovation Fair 2022. We call it Connection Codes. While in the community, assisting the Maintenance Division at a Governor's Clean California Grant Award celebration, observing a member of the press fold and tuck away the media advisory, in addition to the absence of business cards, was when the idea of direct connections using a QR digital-based platform occurred. External Affairs needed to go lean, integrate technology, and enhance external engagement. That's part of the why in Connection Codes becoming our innovative reality. Most are familiar with QR codes. They are machine-readable codes generally consisting of an array of black and white squares, typically used for storing URLs or other information for reading on a smartphone or camera. However, black and white is not the appearance of our customized codes, and by the end of this video, you'll have learned why we've coined them connection codes, because they truly are connecting us in an exciting fashion. Intentionality to champion Caltrans' pillar of being a people-centric organization is embodied by all members within this division. In fact, take a close look at this code and you'll see our unique people-centric Caltrans Connects community logo embedded within. Connection codes have enhanced our community engagement and increased social media platform visits. And now here's Nicholas Singh to share more about how connection codes connect to saving resources and overhead costs.
The use of business cards for transmitting contact information from one person to another is commonplace. However, due to COVID, there is reluctance to transmit physical items from one hand to another. Normally, when we would introduce ourselves, we would present a business card for connections. With the advent of the smartphone in our daily work, we now have the ability to store business card information in our devices. We can transmit that information without having to provide a physical document, decreasing transmission risks, and without incurring the costly reproduction costs and resource time for creating, mailing, and obtaining business cards. District 4, External Affairs, has been regularly meeting with a company called Flowcode. They are compliant with GDPR and CCPA regulations and provide a safe service to us in the form of a QR code, which we call connection codes. Flowcode incorporates company logos in lieu of handing out business cards. In addition to providing information, the connection codes direct users to our websites to provide them with additional information about our Bay Area products and programs. Visitors can leave us their contact information for follow-up contact. The company also provides data analytics to let us know how many people we reach, what information they look at when they go to our websites, and how soon after meeting with us do they look at our information. This allows us to better understand the effectiveness of our outreach efforts. We no longer need to carry around reams of paper flyers printed out for people to carry around. The connection codes can be programmed to direct people to the websites we have established already containing the pertinent information. We are able to simply update the web pages, PDFs, and/or graphics. This allows us to provide the most current and accurate information. Connection codes can also be printed on various posters, banners, even t-shirts or other display items. Also, the codes can be transmitted via email or social media posts. We believe that using the connection codes established with Flowcode as a pilot is an innovative, sustainably friendly, and cost-saving way for the public to connect with us and be able to view more in-depth information about how Caltrans connects communities.
Connection codes have been embraced by nearly everyone who's used them. After 99% of the point and clicks, we hear, "Where'd you get this? This is such an ingenious idea. We need this." We know we're on to something sustainable. Even our director, Tony Tavares, and District 4 Director, Dina El-Tawansy, have connection codes. The Caltrans Bay Area team hopes that they'll be your choice of connecting to.
Hi, my name is Andrea Pugh, Caltrans District 4 Equity Program Manager. I champion this position at the helm as a transformational leader, culture shifter, and catalyst for change through innovative thinking strategies. My role encompasses all things equity in concert with District 4 programs, processes, operations, and outreach in a charge to navigate equitable engagement, awareness, driving towards equitable solutions while serving our internal and external staff and community. During 2020, faced with a global pandemic and sparks of racial injustice and social injustices, Caltrans District 4 raised their voices in a need for more education, resources, and awareness around equity, tailoring subjects such as academics, economy, society, culture, public policy, health, and the environment, which affects the quality of life challenges amongst our internal and external communities. Their voices, needs, and shared experiences drove our actions. On behalf of District 4, as the Equity Program Manager, I embrace this appeal, committed to spearheading efforts, raising awareness about systemic problems and societal disparities that impact the internal and external communities we serve. In navigating this, I championed a 5 C's of equity mindset, modeling commitment, culture, community, collaboration, and change. In a quote that models the 5 C's, in a commitment towards equitable change, cultivating engagement through cultural collaboration unleashes a power that strengthens the internal and external communities we serve. I exercise my transformational leadership and cultural agility abilities by engaging with diverse populations of external vendors, stakeholders, and partners to inform and inspire staff through virtual technologies during the height of a global pandemic, when such landscapes had only been cascaded through in-person platforms. By design, over 100 equity and education initiatives have been presented since 2020 and onwards, including Let's Break to Educate, Fall, Winter, Spring, and Summerfest, Financial Empowerment Series, Equity and Transportation Sessions, Safety, AAPI, Race, LGBTQ, Gender Pronouns efforts, along with Equity in Health, Unsheltered and Food Injustice, Housing for Health, Combating Digital Divide programs, and the District 4 Thinking Equity series, to name a few. Through cross-cultural collaborations and engagement in parallel with innovative thinking strategies, profound relationships were established with external and internal partners such as Holy Names University, UCLA-X, John Muir Health, Kaiser Permanente, Sutter Health, Alameda County Fire Department, Oakland Unified School District, statewide leaders, University of San Francisco, USDOT, America Walks, local Chamber of Commerce, East Bay Housing Organization, Commonwealth Club, Pacific Service Credit Union were instrumental resources in shaping District 4 equity and education initiatives. Participants were equipped with beneficial tools in support of societal health focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, mental well-being, racial injustices, food disparities, health equity, societal economic well-being, cultural acumen, transportation equity, and environmental inequities. By providing such resources in support of this initiative, help diversify and strengthen awareness with our internal and external communities in the space of equity and innovation. As I close, I'd like to echo the 5 C's of Equity model statement. In a commitment towards equitable change, cultivating engagement through cultural collaboration unleashes a power that strengthens the internal and external communities we serve. For more information, please email inclusively.
I'm Earl Sherman. I'm here to talk to you today about District 4 UAS field utilization. District 4 Maintenance and Geotechnical Services partner leveraging UAS technology to enhance safety while creating efficiencies and cost savings. UAS flights are performed in accordance with the FAA Part 107 regulations, Caltrans Deputy Directive 118, and the Caltrans UAS Safety Management System developed by the Division of Aeronautics. Certified District 4 instructors provide hands-on training to ensure all remote pilots meet the minimum established criteria for operating UAS in accordance with the policies and procedures contained in the Caltrans UAS Handbook. UAS can detect hazards to the traveling public, persons experiencing homelessness or infrastructure from a distance. This mitigates employee exposure and is less intrusive than entering the encampment on foot with California Highway Patrol. UAS can detect fuels, explosives, wildfire danger, meth labs, and connections to power sources, typically 480 volts. Eliminating the need for personnel on foot reduces both internal and external resources. This is safer and a more efficient use of limited resources. UAS infrared technology can detect a person in harm's way prior to commencing with maintenance operations involving heavy equipment. Past methods would involve maintenance personnel on foot walking the area. This is less efficient, time-consuming, costly, and increases employee exposure. In addition to reducing resource expenditure and improving workflow efficiency, drones offer a safer alternative to traditional boots-on-the-ground data collection methods by reducing risk and exposure to field hazards. The potential for work-related injuries resulting from exposure to hazardous field conditions like steep slopes, rockfall, Poisonous plants, animals, and other dangerous situations can be greatly reduced or eliminated by capturing data from a safe location. Emergency landslide and rockfall projects can be efficiently mapped without exposing personnel to potential hazards. Leveraging this new technology offers greater flexibility in the project delivery process by providing data earlier and more effectively addressing workload requirements. We estimate a hazard exposure reduction of up to 90% by focusing boots on the ground to areas of interest based on UAS mapping versus entire site reconnaissance. Mapping acres of land to determine areas in need of projects to mitigate possible debris flows. This was accomplished in one day between maintenance and geotechnical services. Accomplishing with staff on foot is resource intensive and costly. UAS can be used to assess infrastructure damage without subjecting employees to work at height. High-resolution photos can be sent to the area bridge maintenance engineer for review and recommendations without the need for travel. I hope you enjoyed hearing some of the innovative ways we are leveraging UAS technology. We are learning to apply this for safety, efficiencies, and cost savings in new ways every day. Thank you.
Greetings, I'm Kenneth Young, Project Manager of the District 4 Division of Project Management West Region. Thank you for the opportunity to present to you the replacement of the seismic damper on the west span of the historic San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge, where it is the first time in the world that the fluid viscous seismic damper is equipped with a secondary device, the Lost Motion device, is installed and debuted to the world. The Lost Motion device is the innovative technology developed by Taylor Devices Incorporated with the collaboration of the Caltrans Division of Engineering Services out of necessity to absorb the unanticipated excessive service level ambient movement that happens daily to the bridge, which led to the premature wear of the seismic damper seals. Before the presentation, I would like to quickly take the moment to thank the project team, from the department's business partners to all my colleagues for all the dedication and hard work of which all have contributed to the success of this project for the department and resulted in innovation and advancement to our field. So congratulations. Long span roadway bridges of suspension type, such as the world famous west span San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge, SFOBB, are flexible and are more susceptible to move under service load conditions. To control upper structures movement and dissipate energy under earthquake inputs, fluid viscous dampers are often added. In 2004, as part of the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge Seismic Retrofit Project number 18, the structure was seismically retrofitted by strengthening various steel and concrete structural elements and adding 96 new viscous dampers. Soon afterwards, it discovered under service loads the accumulative small vibration movements and daily thermal expansion movements impose a large amount of cumulative linear travel on the damper seals. As cumulative linear travel increases over time, seal wear begins to create leak paths from which the silicone fluid can escape. Over the years, approximately half of the dampers have leaked and prematurely failed. Therefore, Caltrans Structural Design was tasked to replace the original dampers with new energy dissipating devices that would provide for better service life. In addition to the original viscous dampers, several other energy dissipating devices were also considered, such as friction dampers, metallic dampers, buckling restraint brace, viscoelastic solid dampers, Fresinet viscous putty dampers, and Fresinet seal-free dampers. At the end, the original viscous damper was still determined to be the most suitable energy dissipating device for the replacement. That's because after analysis, it was determined that the use of any device other than the original viscous fluid damper would require substantial structural modifications, and that the original damper brackets could not be reutilized. Furthermore, the use of a different type of energy dissipating device would significantly change the existing dynamic response of the bridge, which would require more costly seismic upgrading. Therefore, it was decided that viscous damper should still be utilized on the bridge, provided that the excessive NBM bridge movement can be handled by the new dampers. Different damper manufacturers were contacted during the design phase, including international manufacturers. The European manufactured damper utilizes hydraulic oil for the viscous fluid, which is not environmentally inert like the silicone fluid used by the domestic manufacturers. Also, European manufactured dampers have more complex items, such as spring-loaded valves, which have a greater potential of failing. Hence, in early 2014, the department contacted Taylor Devices Incorporated, the manufacturer of the original viscous dampers installed on the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. Taylor Devices indicated that they had developed a prototype secondary mechanism, which they called the loss motion device, LMD. The loss motion device essentially was a gap mechanism attached to one end of the damper. The loss motion device is designed to eliminate the surface level movement experienced by the damper seal. The department formed a collaborative partnership with Taylor Devices to further refine this new damping technology. In 2015, a fully functional loss motion device specifically for the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge was completed, and extensive prototype verification testing was conducted. After 1,500,000 cycles of NBM movements of plus minus 0.28 inch on the prototype, the loss motion device did not show wear or damage in the testing laboratory conducted at University of California in San Diego. Hence, it was verified that the new dampers will meet or exceed the long-term life of the loss motion device. Equally important, the loss motion device can be incorporated within the footprint of the original dampers, and therefore costly structural connection modifications would not be necessary. In 2021, with 3 different configuration variation types, the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge damper replacement project completed the replacement of the original 96 viscous dampers that were installed. It is the first time in the world that this innovative seismic damper with a secondary loss motion device is installed and debuted to the world. Currently, as of 2022, no silicone fluid leakage with all 96 upgraded seismic dampers was detected, and they are fully functional. These seismic dampers with a secondary device will continue to protect San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge by absorbing the potentially damaging energy generated by the earthquake of the future. Welcome. I'm Kenneth Young, Project Manager with the District 4 Divisions of Project Management West Region. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you the one-of-a-kind in the world 20-lane approach mainline metering light system upgrade project for the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. This modernization project is complex since it involves various aspects of traffic, civil, and system designs and integration, all made possible by the contribution and professionalism of everyone involved. It was truly a cohesive team of consultants, contractors, our business partners, especially the Bay Area Toll Authority, and many of my colleagues at District 4. So congratulations, team, for the successful delivery of this mainline metering light system upgrade project. Thanks to everyone's help, this innovative traffic system and modern metering technology implemented by this project will provide and improved system performance for the operators and operational efficiencies for the motorists, all contributing to the enhancement of California's economy and livability for decades to come.
The San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge SFOBB mainline metering light system was originally installed in 1971 in an effort to maintain the flow of traffic into San Francisco. The entire system was manually operated by the District 4 Transportation Management Center operators, who would turn the metering lights on or off when they observe an increase in the flow of traffic. The system did not have modern redundancies, so when there was a failure, travel time reliability was greatly impacted, which decreased safety conditions and increased congestion. With the growth of approximately 2.3 million people since the initial installation of the metering lights have become central to traffic operations for the entire Bay Area, and the lack of advanced features in the previous system was a major risk to daily regional traffic operations. Over 260,000 vehicles cross the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge a day, passing through the 20-lane approach to the bridge. The original mainline metering system was inefficient to meet current traffic demands and was also technologically obsolete. Hence, a new mainline system upgrade is needed to reduce congestion, improve travel time reliability, and increase safety for the traveling public. In October 2021, the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge received a new state-of-the-art mainline metering light system upgrade. The one-of-kind integration and automation system was delivered by the Bay Area Toll Authority with oversight from Caltrans District 4 in the Bay Area. The goal of the project was to improve regional traffic operations by installing an innovative, fully automated, and redundant system. Using a combination of existing new advanced traffic controllers, newly installed detection, and variable message signs, the mainline system is now able to assess the flow of traffic in real time in the highly congested area of the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. That reduces from 16 lanes to 5 lanes at the toll plaza. The upgraded metering light systems use a fuzzy logic metering algorithm, which uses weighted parameters to assess the real-time occupancies and reacts within minutes of a change in traffic conditions. This algorithm seamlessly considers several factors, including general-purpose lane and HOV or transit demand, lane utilization imbalances, and downstream congestions, which are all considered to effectively determine when the metering system is activated and rates needed adjustments. Field and central system equipment and traffic monitor stations were strategically incorporated in certain areas of the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge toll plaza to better respond to both upstream and downstream real-life traffic conditions. Technologies such as updated Advanced Transportation Management System, ATMS, and controller software, hardware, and intelligent transportation system devices were implemented for improved traffic operations. The automated metering system includes several layers of redundancies to maintain system performance in the event of emergencies or system failure. The redundancies include redundant communication infrastructure, servers, and network devices in addition to multiple operational facilities on both sides of the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. Through an innovative combination of affordable hardware and software technology, the new metering lights collectively advance Caltrans' transportation system management and operation strategy of intelligent transportation system to optimize the existing transportation system and its overall performance by improving travel time reliability, reducing peak period delays, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. The upgraded metering light system provides full redundancy and is responsive to real-time traffic conditions. The system is built with multiple feedback loops which include a performance measurement dashboard that reports on real-time and historic performance measures. The fuzzy logic algorithm can be fine-tuned as new detectors are integrated into the system, and also be migrated to other regional toll bridges requiring mainline metering. The partnership between Caltrans District 4 in the Bay Area and the Bay Area Toll Authority exemplifies the commitment to providing an efficient transportation system that enhances the economy and livability for the community and all traveling motorists. The new San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge mainline metering system upgrades provides a world-class transportation network that serves the entire traveling community who cross the bridge daily. The system is more reliable and responsive to changing conditions on weekdays and weekends, likely resulting in improved system performance and transportation management center operator efficiency and cost savings. Caltrans will continue to exercise and increase awareness of groundbreaking methods and technologies and enhance operational strategies to meet the needs of motorists who share the roadway to reach destinations safely and with minimal delays possible.
How do you take a highly visible highway that was designed and built by the U.S. Army and make it disappear? Well, not really disappear, but seamlessly integrate into the existing landscape so that the residents and visitors of San Francisco can enjoy the splendor of the area while still allowing motorists to efficiently pass through the area as they have done since the 1930s. Welcome to the challenges Caltrans faced and overcame with the Tunnel Tops Park in San Francisco. Several key innovations by the Caltrans staff made this project a reality. Since the 1930s, Doyle Drive was a significant highway for people who crossed the Golden Gate Bridge. But unlike the beauty of the bridge that still captures the hearts and minds of drivers who cross it, Doyle Drive's utilitarian design was completely dismissed by motorists and eventually became seismically substandard. Michael Painter, a local architect who resided across the Golden Gate Bridge, had a vision for Doyle Drive. But he needed Caltrans' innovative engineering expertise to make his vision a reality.
Hello, my name is Nidal Tukan. I'm a division chief in the Office of Project Management, and I'm here to present the Presidio Parkway project to the Innovation Fair. What makes this project innovative is the ability to create a major facility of 8 lanes highway in the middle of a national park. The Presidio Parkway, which was also known as a Doyle Drive, has been in the books since 1955, until the department adopted the vision and partnered with late Michael Painter to create an experience for the motorists to feel like they are driving into and through a national park. There are many creative features in the design. The main one is to construct a tunnel at grade and park on the top of the structure with complex engineering and soil condition. The alignments that captured to the commuter the main highlights of San Francisco, such as the Golden Gate Bridge, Palace of Fine Art, and the Crissy Field, among many. The other innovation is the outreach and the work with numerous public agencies, state, federal, and local, and multiple citizen advisory committees to agree on a concept and reach a consensus on the design, which was very challenging. The outcome is a facility that will be the highlights of San Francisco generation to come, where our children, our grandchildren, will be enjoying for a long time. And I'm so proud that myself and the department and the project team were part of it. Thank you very much.
To complete Michael Painter's vision, views along the new parkway were preserved and additional views created, in particular along the new highway viaduct, but also by placing north and southbound traffic lanes at different elevations, in some places separated by wide landscaped medians. The views toward the San Francisco Bay, the Golden Gate Bridge, and other landmarks were maximized and unobstructed by traffic to the greatest extent possible. Some of the Caltrans innovations on the Tunnel Chops project will never be seen by the public. Tim Prokika, Office Chief of Geotechnical Services, explains the innovations used to overcome this challenge.
Design and construction of the main post tunnels were challenged by unsuitable foundation soil conditions, consisted of very soft bay mud and very loose sand layers with high groundwater and artesian levels. The project site is located in a seismically active zone of Northern California, with many faults producing earthquakes and causing strong ground shaking to liquefy very loose sands. The foundation soils were treated by deep cement soil mixing in grid pattern to support these tunnels on mountain foundations and maintain groundwater flow path in the bay direction. Along with the limited load on the top of tunnel by using lightweight fill geofoam of unit weight less than 3 pounds per cubic foot. Lateral spread of the main post tunnel bluff due to liquefaction was considered and prevented by stone columns.
Finally, but certainly not least, Caltrans had to work with 8 different agencies to develop and implement the final solutions. Caltrans coordinated its efforts with the San Francisco County Transportation Authority, the San Francisco Municipal Transit Agency, the San Francisco Department of Public Works, the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission, the Presidio Trust, the National Park Service, the San Francisco Planning Department, and the Golden Gate Bridge and Highway Transportation District and their consultants to ensure their developed alternatives and environmental documents were aligned with the vision of the project. And if working with 8 government agencies wasn't difficult enough, Caltrans worked with over 25 citizen advisory groups that wanted to oversee the project. The end result of the multiple innovations used to make this project a reality? Residents of San Francisco and its visitors can now enjoy over 20 acres of spectacular parkland that features some of the most breathtaking views in the area.
Hello, Caltrans fellow colleague. My name is Ken Su, Office Chief for the Office of Project Development Support. I'm here to present you with the touch-free APS Accessible Pedestrian Signal System. As you have seen a lot of traditional push button, they are actually a button that you have to push to make a call to the signal system in order for the pedestrian signal allowing you to go across streets. And later on, there's a development that allowing for the device to produce some sort of a sound that giving you the accessibility, so physical impaired person can locate the push button. Now, due to the pandemic, we try to provide public safety not to transmit any pathogens or any contact that virus or so. Then this is a so-called waved technology being introduced and make it touch-free. Now, this standard of APS is being required in the revised standard specification section 86-102T. This section is actually to deal with the material use or selection. And also it's in the revised standard specification section 87-103T. In this section is the requirement to install the system, including the sign to be used. The sign is now sized at 9 inches by 12 inches. And also, please notice that the requirement of the APS must be selected from the AML, which is the authorized material list, and it is accessible from the Caltrans internet. The installation is having the APS controller installed inside the pedestrian signal head and then connected between the signal head and push button with a APS cable, and then having a wire running back to the signal controller So this is the whole system installation as required in the state standard. If you have opportunity to walk along the state route at any intersection, you should be able to see more and more of this installation. Having the sign says push or wave a button. So when you see this new sign, then you know that this is a touch-free APS, and you wave your hands, and it should make a call to the controller for you to wait for the pedestrian signal to cross the street.
Have you been seeing the signs? COVID-19 has impacted many parts of our lives, including crossing the streets. To help pedestrians avoid having to touch or push pedestrian buttons, many traffic agencies are putting up signs and putting their pedestrian push buttons into recall. However, this practice poses other issues and challenges for traffic flow systems. People are asking for touchless push buttons to address COVID-19 and protection for the future. What about those with other challenges, such as visually impaired pedestrians? Is there a solution that works for both? Leave it to Polera, the leader in accessible pedestrian signals, APS, to provide a strong solution that considers the needs of all pedestrians. You can't touch this. Literally, let Polera's INS APS with iDetect sense your waving movement within 2 to 6 inches of the arrow button and place the pedestrian call for you. Traffic agencies can relax and run their regular signal timing systems and not feel compromised with public health and safety concerns. For those who like to touch and vandalize, Polera's iDetect has an inconspicuous design helping deter vandalism of signal operations. Ask for Polera INS APS with iDetect today. For your local distributors, see polera.com.
APS and countdown pedestrian signals now being installed throughout the District 4 9 counties. The installation or upgrading is actually ongoing through projects. Many installation or upgrading have been gone through CAPM projects or COS projects. And encroachment permit is required to comply with the state standard. So permittees is also required to upgrade or install APS throughout the intersection or crosswalk. Thank you everyone for listening to my presentation.
Welcome to Caltrans 2022 Innovation Fair. My name is James Kang. I'm from Caltrans District 4 Electrical System, Division of Traffic Operations. Today, I'm introducing an AI-based traffic management platform called NoTraffic. The motivation behind this platform is to enhance the safety and efficient flow of multimodal transportation network as the growing number of populations choose to live closer to urban center, leading to increase in traffic incident and fatalities. One of the biggest contributing factors is red light runners. Their speed and unexpected impact make this kind of traffic incident deadly and a leading cause of all urban crashes. Federal Highway Administration estimates that more than 165,000 pedestrians, cyclists, and motorists are injured annually by red light runners. Runway drivers are also increasingly an issue that traffic engineers and transportation agencies in general are trying to eliminate. NoTraffic traffic management platform that I'm introducing today consists of a sensor unit composed of a video and a radar detection system embedded with AI processor and machine learning algorithms, and a control unit that equipped with NoTraffic management application and an optional cloud-based services. Here is a short video overview of NoTraffic traffic management system.
While road users are dynamic and ever-changing, traffic signals still work on fixed timing plans developed over 100 years ago. Add to that more than 90 million new vehicles every year, resulting in an annual increase of 12% in congestion. NoTraffic's platform connects between road users and the city grid, solving today's traffic challenges while preparing cities for the connected and autonomous era. The VMC allows cities for the very first time to intelligently define traffic policies, and AI algorithms autonomously implement them to maximize road capacity. In a few hours, the intersections are transformed to a fully connected and autonomously managed grid. No Traffic's plug-and-play AI sensors identify, at the human eye level, different types of approaching road users and calculates their speed and location. The platform operates autonomously to optimize traffic flow based on actual demand from the entire grid. The app engine communicates with other intersections, constantly transmitting and receiving essential data. For the very first time, traffic lights respond to dynamic road conditions in real time. No Traffic is digitizing the infrastructure to prepare for the connected era. Our V2X technology allows for a smart infrastructure that both talks with and listens to vehicles and pedestrians. No Traffic's platform is already operational and deployed in leading cities across the U.S. Millions of drivers enjoy an improved quality of life with no traffic. The future of traffic management, today.
Currently, we install 4 pilot locations on State Route 82 in Palo Alto to evaluate its detection and ATSPM capabilities, along with connected vehicle application support and traffic optimization. Here are real-world videos of video detection during the daytime and nighttime located at State Route 82 and Embarcadero Road in Palo Alto. And here is another short video of system's ability to identify crashes. When crash happens, the sensor will relay the information to the management engine, which in turn will alert the TMC for dispatching the emergency services to assist with the accident. Here is another video of its ability to be aware of the pedestrians and was able to track them way before they step off the curb. It continues to track them crossing the roadway until they reach the other side of the street. Lastly, this video demonstrates its ability to communicate with the connected vehicles and show how it can help to mitigate potential accidents from happening. As these videos demonstrated, managed detection process combines with powerful AI-driven applications can dramatically improve the safety and efficiency of today's transportation network. The system's ability to accurately identify all moving objects and simultaneously tracking their trajectory allow it to provide accurate vehicle counts, identify near misses, identify wrong-way drivers, red light runners, and provide real-time accident alerts. These data will assist the traffic engineers in identifying problematic areas, leading to implementing effective countermeasures to drastically reduce the incidents in the future. With the inclusion of RSU, roadside unit, the system is ready to engage with the changing landscape of future transportation network. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. For any question or information, you can email me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lester Lee, Office Chief for Corridor Management Southwest and D4 Operations. And with me today is Wichai Hanititan, Branch Chief of Ramp Metering Ops Development East. I'd like to introduce the audience to the IA80 Adaptive Ramp Metering Project. This project was in collaboration with MTC and their consultant Parsons and Caltrans, and the following local partner agencies in Alameda and Santa Clara County. Today's agenda includes project background, overview, project implementation, performance monitoring, field observations, and what's next. Caltrans D4 has over 130 metered on-ramps on the IA80 corridor. Previously, the corridor is metered local adaptive responsive metering and with the Model 170E controllers. The D4 ATMS has been fully adapted or fully integrated with the ATMS software with the fuzzy logic software. This includes the fuzzy logic algorithm, and then past implementations of fuzzy logic algorithm includes the I-80 ICM corridor. The I-80 ARM project includes the earlier planning phase, which includes evaluation and functionality of the ramp metering equipment along the corridor, upgrading of the existing controllers to the Model 2070 controllers, including identifying bottlenecks and develop ATMS modifications and enhancements, and then developing this implementation plan. Project goals include upgrading the existing local adaptive ramp metering to corridor-wide adaptive ramp metering, or ARM. This includes managing the corridor more efficiently, respond to non-recurring congestion, including incidents and special events. This includes adapting to changes in traffic conditions, which includes traffic growth or travel pattern changes over time, variations of the weekends and the weekdays, and seasonal variations. The project limits includes on I-80 from the 280 interchange in San Jose to the Russ Grand Avenue interchange in Oakland. Project implementation was developed in 4 phases. Currently, we're in phase 3. Phases 1 to 4 meters to on-ramps from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekdays. And then the meters are resting in dark from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. daily. The meters are resting in green during the weekends on phases 1 through 4, with it being implemented after phase 4. Now, I'd like to introduce you to Wichai, who's going to present the performance monitoring for phases 1 and 2.
Thank you, Lester. In this presentation, we will focus and present phase 1 and phase 2 as they are just complete. There are the total of 66 on-ramp for phase 1 and phase 2, 33 in each phase. Phase 1 covers the northbound I-880 from Thornton Avenue to West A Street, and the southbound I-880 from Route 238 to Maury Avenue. Phase 2 covers the northbound I-880 from Old Bayshore Highway to Maury Avenue, and the southbound I-880 from Maury Avenue to Montague Expressway. Field observation and performance were conducted by Caltrans and Parsons. On this slide, it showed 2 bottlenecks along the northbound in phase 1 and phase 2 during the peak period between around 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. The first bottleneck can be found at the Stevenson Boulevard interchange. The other one is at the West A Street interchange. The speed maps or the heat maps in the month between and after the implementation show the improvement in terms of shorter queue lengths and queue durations as concluded on the bottom right. This slide shows the travel times along the northbound I-880 in phase 1 and phase 2 between 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. The reduction of the travel times after the implementation can be seen in the green line. For the southbound direction in phase 1 and phase 2 between around 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., it shows at least 3 bottlenecks. The first bottleneck is at the Winton Avenue interchange. The second one is at the Route 84 Decatur Road interchange. The other one is the Stevenson Boulevard interchange. Queues on the southbound can be observed in 2 periods. One is from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. The other from around 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. The improvement after the implementation can be observed as the queue lengths and the queue durations are shorter, as summarized on the bottom right. Also, the reduction of the travel time along the southbound I-880 in phase 1 and phase 2 between 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. after the implementation can be seen in the green line. With the new I-880 arms, the ramp metering rates on the on-ramps along the I-880 corridor can be monitored through ATMS. The queue lengths on the main line and the on-ramps are comparable to preconditions. Several detector malfunctions were identified and fixed. Overall, the queue on the HOV on-ramp lanes along the corridor are very short, and they were observed some backup on certain on-ramp. Caltrans continue working and adjusting I-80 arm system and its detector system to optimize freeway operations and to minimize traffic impact.
Thank you, Wichai. I'll conclude this presentation with what's next. This includes implementation of Phase 4 of the I-880 arm, which is proposed to be done on the fall of 2022. Future deployments of ARM includes the San Mateo-Santa Clara 101 corridor. This is again in partnership with MTC. And in other future deployments of ARM includes the Contra Costa 680 corridor, which is based on a different ARM algorithm named CARM. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amjad Nasir. I'm the Division Chief in District Division of Traffic Operations. Today we will discuss innovations in partnerships to deliver local agencies partnerships through encroachment permits process. Caltrans Transportation System Management and Operations model represents Caltrans multimodal corridor system management strategies to optimize the existing system and overall corridor performance by improving travel time reliability, reducing peak period delays, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. One of those strategies is demand management, which is achieved through mode, location, time, route, and financial choices. The mode choice includes multimodal transportation, including active transportation. The success of this model depends on our partnership with locals. Caltrans' priority of partnerships aims to improve our transportation system by building great relationships, which requires innovation to embrace bold and transformative ideas to achieve objectives of Caltrans' priority of innovation and compliance with Director Policy 6, Caltrans Partnerships. Partnerships is also a goal of District 4 Strategic Action Plan. Caltrans' priority of modality to leverage active transportation for vehicle miles of travel reduction is dependent on partnership with local agencies. Active transportation is part of Caltrans' Complete Street Action Plan and District 4 Bike Plan, which identifies opportunities and funding for active transportation on state highways. The City of San Jose, through its annual pavement rehabilitation program, routinely installs bike lanes throughout the city, including within the state rights of way, under a restrictive schedule due to contracting limitations, delivery targets, and political reasons that does not always allow sufficient time for the city to coordinate and obtain timely approvals from Caltrans. In addition, these facilities include non-standard roadway features requiring documentations like design standard decision documents and maintenance agreements, which collectively represent a challenge to issue encroachment permits within the city's restrictive schedule. An innovative approach has been adopted by the Office of Encroachment Permits in coordination with District Division of Transportation Planning, Design, Maintenance, and Program Project Management to collaborate with the city by providing pre-permit consultations and conducting coordination meetings to meet design standards, approval of design standard decision documents, execution of maintenance agreements, and revisions to delivery schedule to allow more time for Caltrans approval. These efforts also support current district focus processes, bureaucracy, and JAMS campaign to identify processes, bureaucracies, and JAMS, also known as just stop its, that if stopped would increase efficiency, which is also a Caltrans priority. For this reason, the Office of Encroachment Permits has adopted a simpler process to deliver these relatively simple projects in a timely manner. A recent example of this innovative approach includes a bike lane installation on Interstate 680 at Capitol Avenue Interchange, Post Mile 5.1 in the city of San Jose that was recently completed for widening of a Class 2 bikeway and for striping Capitol Avenue as part of the Cities of San Jose annual pavement rehabilitation program. Design for work within the state right-of-way included non-standard features requiring a design standard decision document and execution of a maintenance agreement for future maintenance responsibilities of the bike lanes. Consultation process started earlier this year, and the city proceeded with submittal of a permit application on May 12, 2022, with the request to prioritize the issuance of a permit. Since the design standard decision document and maintenance agreement were ready for signatures at that stage, a formal review was quickly performed and a permit was issued on May 23, 2022 in a record 12 days, which under normal review process would take 60 days or more to complete. The District Office of Encroachment Permits is using this project as a model on similar projects throughout District 4 from here on. I am excited to say that with this innovative process in place, Caltrans will be able to deliver local agencies' active transportation projects faster to meet Caltrans' priorities of efficiency, innovation, and modality to promote active transportation on state highways in a timely manner. Thank you.
Imagine if Caltrans roads, highways, and freeways move people on bikes as quickly and directly as people in cars. That's what the Caltrans Bike Highway Study, completed in July of this year, envisions. Hi, I'm Greg Curry, Pedestrian and Bicycle Branch Chief in the Division of Transportation Planning and Local Assistance, and I bet you're already wondering, what is a bike highway, and what does it do? Bike highways aim to connect users to key destinations through a high-quality, uninterrupted, and long-distance bikeway. In this study, we identified Caltrans corridors that have high existing and potential demand, strong local and regional bikeway connections, and the ability to utilize available right-of-way for creating bikeway corridors for trips around the 10-mile range. So why do we need them? Well, historically, the state highway system has too often posed a barrier to bicycle transportation. But what if the same characteristics that make highways great, for example, speed, directness, access control, and grade separation, among others, were applied to bicycle facilities? This type of access to more low-stress cycling could help to accelerate mode shift and help Caltrans meet goals laid out in several state reports, such as the Climate Action Plan for Transportation Infrastructure, or CAPTI, and Toward an Active California, the State Bike and Pedestrian Plan. So the Caltrans Bay Area Bike Highway Study had a simple goal: to analyze existing data from international design guidelines and existing built infrastructure to create a best practices for both planning and design of bike highways. So why did we decide to explore this concept in the Bay Area? The idea of developing the study began with the 2015 Caltrans Strategic Management Plan's ambitious goal of tripling bicycling by 2020. Unfortunately, this is a goal that we haven't come close to achieving, which reinforces the need for innovative approaches to facilitate biking. In 2017, Toward an Active California first introduced the idea of bicycle highways, which included a recommendation to develop a network of such facilities to help meet the California Transportation Plan goals. The following year, the District 4 Bike Plan was completed, and it also recommended further studying bicycle superhighways along state highways and identified very high-level potential corridors. As you can see, this latest study is the result of an iterative planning process, and it will be just the next step
in a process that will eventually result in the construction of bicycle superhighways right here in the Bay Area. So when digging deeper into the study outcomes, you can see that we analyzed and presented 6 different typologies. They're examples of projects that could be done in any other part of the state and give us a visual representation of what a bike highway could be. So those 6 typologies are urban constrained freeway in San Jose on I-680, suburban freeway in Pittsburgh and Bay Point on State Route 4, urban constrained conventional highway in San Bruno on El Camino Real or State Route 82, suburban conventional highway in Vallejo on Sonoma Boulevard or State Route 29, rural conventional highway in Cotati on State Route 116, suburban constrained conventional highway in San Leandro on East 14th Street or State Route 185. In addition to those, several key corridors rose to the top of our data analysis, and those are I-680 from Fremont to San Jose, State Route 82 or El Camino Real between San Bruno and Redwood City, and Webster Street between Alameda and Oakland, or the State Route 61 and 260 corridor. However, there were also other corridors that scored very well and are suitable for bike highways. So now we can begin to think about how to build these bicycle superhighways in the not too distant future. For example, can we leverage the shop to develop these? What other funding or partnership opportunities are out there? Do we need a new funding program in the region or state? How can we ensure that we are ready to meet any of these opportunities? Preparing for and delivering these bike highways will be a multifunctional effort at Caltrans, and we hope that you all are as excited as we are to make these concepts a reality. Thank you for watching and learning more about this exciting innovation at Caltrans Bay Area. Please reach out to me at gregory.curry@dot.ca.gov if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions. Thank you.
The District 4 Transportation Planning Public Engagement Strategy serves as a blueprint to increase stakeholder and public engagement to inform corridor, modal, and project initiation planning documents. It was produced by a team of planners and informed through staff surveys, focus groups, and a review of best practices from local, state, and federal agencies. The strategy and its toolbox are living resources intended to help staff initiate outreach and engagement efforts that align with Caltrans' strategic management plan. 5 essential questions should be considered when preparing a project or plan and defining the need for engagement. What specifically do we want to learn from the public or stakeholders? What parts of the program plan or project are open to change? Whom do we need to reach? What engagement tools, methods, and activities should we use? And what's the best timing for these activities? The public engagement strategy provides guidance and identifies resources to help answer these questions and understand the steps needed to develop and conduct engagement activities. The toolbox includes case studies of previous efforts, samples and templates for public engagement plans, and equity and inclusive engagement literature. Now, let's hear from members of our Planning Public Engagement team with examples of how we apply the strategy.
The Central Avenue/Interstate 80 undercrossing was identified as a priority in the district bike plan due to a need for improvement of facilities, proximity to disadvantaged communities, access to popular destinations, and the feasibility of project delivery. In June of 2018, Caltrans conducted public engagement to gather a consensus on the need for improvements. A community workshop held near the project site featured presentations, a group discussion, and an open house with interactive display boards. Pop-up outdoor public engagement events were conducted near the underpass and at the Richmond Juneteenth Festival. These events included display boards and a survey to solicit community input. These activities helped identify priorities for safety features, design elements, and connectivity improvements. Outreach included targeted flyer distribution, email blasts to stakeholders and advocates, social media posts, a web page, announcements from cities and advocacy groups, and outreach to community-based organizations. Targeted outreach helped ensure that the disadvantaged communities had an opportunity to provide input. Input gathered from a wide range of stakeholders in a short time frame was incorporated into an active transportation program grant application, bolstering the district's case for prioritizing and securing the funds for the needed improvements.
Recently, Caltrans participated in events to gather public feedback through surveys on travel behavior, mobility challenges, and the types of multimodal improvements people would like to see along the US 101 North and South corridors. The public engagement strategy was used by Kelsey to create public engagement plans for the US 101 North and South Comprehensive Multimodal Corridor Plans, or CMCPs. System planning staff attended the Menlo Park Juneteenth Festival in partnership with a community-based organization, Bellhaven Action, and the Marin County Fair in partnership with Sonoma Marin Area Rail Transit to meet community members and conduct surveys. The surveys were published through ArcGIS Survey 123, which provided QR codes for flyers and posters that the public could scan and take on their own time. Social media, translations, and the project website contributed to the outreach. A total of 166 surveys were collected for the CMCPs. Going directly to the public proved to be an effective way to solicit community input.
Thanks, Kelsey and Andrew. To achieve more equitable outcomes within the communities we serve, it's essential that we expand our capacity to conduct meaningful engagement. Public engagement is not merely checking a box, it is a means to help deliver the best government services possible to our community.
Hello, my name is Vishal Rimrao, Senior Transportation Planner working on climate change planning and coordination in District 4's Division of Transportation Planning and Local Assistance. Today, I will be spotlighting an exciting opportunity for cross-agency collaboration at one of District 4's 8 bridge crossings, the State Route 84 Dumbarton Bridge West Approach. Many local and regional jurisdictions statewide are faced with a complex set of challenges when addressing climate change impacts, many of which span jurisdictional boundaries. These very complex and oftentimes very expensive challenges facing our region and our state cannot be addressed by a single governmental entity alone. With this comes a unique opportunity to engage in collaborative adaptation planning efforts, starting early on in the project development process. So why are partnerships important? Caltrans is faced with a growing need to plan, design, and construct adaptation projects to benefit both the state's transportation network as well as surrounding communities and infrastructure as climate change impacts become more frequent, more costly, and more severe. Cross-agency partnerships also help to advance protection of our most vulnerable communities, many of which are on the front lines of climate change, are the least likely to adapt, and are slowest to recover after climate disasters. The Dumbarton Bridge West Approach in District 4 is one such location in need of interim and long-term adaptation solutions. The Dumbarton Bridge is the shortest bridge across the San Francisco Bay. At roughly 1.6 miles in total length, it connects San Mateo and Alameda counties. So why is this location a top District 4 priority when it comes to adapting key infrastructure to current flooding and future risks of sea level rise? The Dumbarton Bridge West Approach is identified as a Priority 1 asset in the 2020 Caltrans District 4 Adaptation Priorities Report. This bridge serves as a vital link in the Bay Area's larger regional transportation network, accommodating 81,000 vehicles and about 118 pedestrian and bicycle crossings daily. Now I'd like to introduce Margaret Bruce, Executive Director of San Francisco Creek JPA. Margaret will give us an overview of key partnerships at this location. Take it away, Margaret.
Thanks, Vishal. Hi, everyone. It's great to be with you today. As Vishal mentioned, I have the privilege of leading the San Francisco Creek Joint Powers Authority. Together with our 5 member agencies and our project partners, we are planning and designing 7 miles of shoreline protection for the communities of Menlo Park and East Palo Alto, the 2 communities on either side of the Highway 84 Dumbarton West approach. The 7 miles of the Safer Bay project intersect or overlap with dozens of property ownerships, local, regional, state, federal government interests, rare and protected salt marsh habitats that are home to several endangered species, Bay Trail, indigenous heritage sites, Superfund cleanup sites, as well as critical energy, water, and transportation infrastructure assets. To say that this project is complex would be an understatement. This is an epic project in its proportions and its complexity. This is not a deterrent, nor is it the least bit discouraging. The complexity of the issues and this project lead us to fully embrace the importance of building strong relationships and developing a solid understanding of and a true appreciation for the needs and interests of all parties. I think it's strong relationships and the flexibility, creativity, and commitment that they require that will be at least as important in the future as strong levees. The work that you do now, taking climate change impacts into consideration into your work, is more important than ever. So thank you for all that you do. Now, Vishal, back to you.
Thank you very much, Margaret. It is partnerships like these that help our region better address sea level rise collaboratively, exemplifying robust stakeholder engagement and coordination. Thank you for this opportunity to share information on this exciting effort. This is one of many regional, multi-agency partnerships Caltrans is involved in to address present-day flooding and future sea level rise in the San Francisco Bay Area. For more information, please visit this website on screen.